Welcome to the Spinoso Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alex Spinoso. My experience and expertise is in scaling all types of medical businesses. This isn't a podcast telling you exactly what you should do, it's just telling you what I did. I want to help you build your business, take ownership of your life, and become a better leader at home and at work. So let's get into it today. As always, I'm joined by my co host, Miss Amanda May.
Thank you. I'm digging the hat. I like the gold G.
It just is it. Oh, yeah, these are old school hats. Haven't made
Yeah.
these in a while.
I mean, I
It
like the
just covers
black
my
on
ridiculous hair.
I like the black on black a lot, but that's a nice gold. It's not like it's just like
These
a
are
classy
like
gold.
4 years old, I think.
Mm.
I think Brent and I had them made a long time ago, but we never actually brought them back. Maybe we'll bring them back,
I do like the black on black. It's classy though too.
right?
Anyway, I like
Just
both.
makes it easy.
Like the mix
Makes it
today.
easy.
So today's podcast can be a little bit different. You have spent a lot of time marketing on social media, Meta, Instagram, Facebook, all the things. And there has been a huge shift happening. And honestly, every entrepreneur we know that has advertised on those platforms is feeling it. So we're going to dive into that a little bit to find out what kind of tips you have for people that are experiencing the same things you are. Meta rolled out a really big shift recently. It's a new system that they have called Andromeda.
That's
These
close.
names,
It's just Andromeda.
Andromeda.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad you know.
I like Andromeda though. That sounds pretty cool.
I think they
It's
should
related to
let's change it.
that.
Andromeda. And a lot of people are feeling confused, frustrated, and then ad performance is completely crashing overnight. And this is just something that like social media trying to stay ahead of like what's working, how it works. Once you get your footing and things start to work, then they change it. So I am certain that it is frustrating not only for you, but for a lot of people listening and that spend their advertising money and time on the platforms. So you're not just dealing with this in one business, but a lot of businesses.
hmm
So we're going to jump into that. And where do you want to start on this topic?
So first and foremost, guys, I'm not an advertising guru. I'm not a professional in advertising. I don't have an advertising company or any of that shit. But like Amanda says, I do run a lot of companies that rely on advertising, rely on Meta, Google, all sorts of digital ads. And we do have meetings with Google headquarters every week. We have meetings with Facebook headquarters every other week. And they've told us a lot of the changes that have come down the pipeline have hurt a lot of companies in our space. So
Mm.
I'm getting hit with these changes just like everyone else. I'm going to share what we're thinking of doing, what we're going to pivot to, what's breaking, what's working, what's not working in the space. But really the old situation where you used to just set parameters of who you wanted to market to, how much money you'd wanted to spend every day, and who you wanted to show your ads to are pretty much gone.
Mm.
Meta's AI system is like a cracked out toddler on steroids. It has no idea what it's doing. It is all over the place. Makes it super frustrating for people who have pretty much created an avatar of who they're marketing to. But that being said, they want more testing on the platform now. They want more creatives. They want broader audience targeting, and they want everything done on their platform. Anybody who's doing ads that are not directly on that platform, landing pages not directly on their platform, it's going to cause serious issues. So, as part of our core values of innovation and determination, we're pivoting. We're putting new content out there. We hired Stefan, so the gentleman who runs and does the podcast and my own social media. We hired him to do Genesis. I don't know why he's terrible at his job, but we'll see. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So we'll see how that goes and how that's figured out. But no, that being said, really pouring into content, really pouring into UGC and stuff like that. We're going to get into.
All right. So that's where they want to see things stay on the platform. So before you would, let's say, do an ad and then you'd send somebody to a landing page. So they don't want to see that anymore. They want to keep people in the platforms. How does that work in Instagram? This may or may not be something, that we talk about. But my thought is in the case of like Instagram, you don't necessarily like have a landing page as you would on Facebook where it's a different type of user experience.
Yeah.
So where do they want you to send people to?
Well, on Instagram, Instagram has innate ads. So whatever ad you put is going to be just a boosted post. So you're staying on the platform no matter what. So essentially, you are staying on the platform, and you're rolling through some sort of internal landing page that they build on Facebook or on Meta, as they call it, uh, is the same as Instagram. So you're not going to any third party thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
We have a marketer in the room. We should actually get you a mic. You got a mic? Go
You
get a
want my
mic.
seat? Do you wanna take over?
2 seconds.
Alright, so we have a marketer in the room. So you're gonna give us some insights
Yes.
on what you think about this topic.
Yeah. So yeah, we run ads for about 20 different clinics right now. And I agree with what you guys are saying. Definitely, they want people to stay on the platforms. And I think a lot of people here are clinic owners, so I think this applies. You're running lead generation ads for a clinic, not like e-commerce ads or anything. And what I've seen work better is on app lead forms on Facebook and Instagram versus doing a landing page. Yeah, I think Facebook is really discouraging landing pages. Like Facebook have a thing called CPMs, cost per 1,000 impressions. That's how they charge you for ads. I've seen them like it's 3 times the cost to send people to a landing page with a lead form. So it's kind of crazy. But the biggest issue with lead forms has been that the lead quality isn't that high because it's not that much friction. But they've added a bunch of things in now where you can basically like increase the friction with conditional questions. You can add reviews on the lead forms now. You can add like badges like 10 plus years in business, certified, licensed, etc.
So, yeah, you're officially on the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
Stefan, sorry.
Hey.
First teenager we've had on the podcast. So, welcome. But no, so guys, pretty much what Stefan is saying is that Facebook, Meta as a whole, as well as Google for that matter, are really focusing on making sure that you guys have organic content and organic reviews and real people reviewing your company, because it's becoming more like Instagram and social proof. Although, when you turn on Instagram and social proof, it's filled with people fucking lying about their lives. But that being said, that keeps people on the platform, and that's what the platform is rewarding. So you need to start playing that game. You need to start getting your uh whether it's your staff that's gotten your treatments, your clients that have gotten your treatments, you need to start getting reviews for them. You need to start getting feedback from them. You need to start pumping out that type of content on a consistent basis. People using your products, people using your services, etc., and them posting about you, not just you posting about you, because that's what's being pushed.
So I might be jumping the gun here, but what does that mean for companies that are going the AI route, like AI user generated content? Because is the platform gonna like that or maybe not like that because it's not real?
Platform has no idea.
Yeah, and there's no idea.
Oh.
Right now, one of our highest performing ads that I launched last week is literally like an AI voiceover of saying, I had, it was for a decompression clinic that we run ads for. And it's like, I had decompression, I had these symptoms, etc. AI voiceover with like animations of like how a decompression table works.
Hmm.
And it's just crushing it right now. It's getting like $15
Wow.
per lead on like very high friction lead forms and a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, like
Yep.
30% schedule
So
rate.
from a
Really good.
consumer standpoint, that makes me like go like devil's advocate on this, right?
Hmm.
Because I'm looking at, wow, like from a consumer, how do I even know if those are real customers then that are saying that they've had these great experiences?
Yeah, you'll never know.
Don't.
You'll never know. You're gonna know based off of how many people review the products, how many people like if the company's expanding, if the company's growing, if they get busy. That's how you're gonna know. But more and more nowadays, probably I would say half of the stuff that you see on Instagram is fake, and probably 25-30% of it you have no idea that it's fake, unless you live in the AI world every day. A lot of people don't. I mean, I sent
Yeah.
you the video the other day. What was that? Like 6 months ago, I sent you a video, and you said it was good,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's all AI.
Yeah.
And people are doing that more and more now. I mean, UGC creators for all these different types of companies are doing it. And that's just where the direction is going.
So
Because just like employees, look, just like employees, if you have an AI person that 24/7 can market for you, never sleeps, never complains about their job, never complains about their time, like does exactly what you say, or exactly what you tell it to do, never has any issues or life issues or stuff like that. Those low paying jobs like UGC creators and stuff where you have to organize 40 people,
Is a
you have
lot.
to figure out 40 different, posts that they're going to do daily, 40 different reviews, make sure they're doing it for their free product. You have to give free products sometimes for those things. All those things go away with AI. 100%. And
Yeah, so
like
that was gonna be, like, my little rabbit trail, like, what happens to the UGC creators that have created their entire life sustenance off of getting brand deals?
I mean, there's still gonna be 1 or 2 of those because there's still always UGC there's always gonna be real UGC creators. But that's where people like actors and actresses are so worried about, this purchase of Netflix with Warner Brothers, because they're concerned that all of the actors and actresses pretty much will be fired because Netflix will be able to, at this point, create movies. I mean, if you look on any of Sora or any of the higher level AI systems, they are completely you can do a whole movie. I mean, we look at car stuff all day long, and they made a whole Porsche commercial on it,
Mm.
right?
Fully AI. Yep.
Yeah.
Each scene individually was generated with AI, zero shooting, and it just looks like a commercial you'd see from Porsche. And then the guy just edited it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zero shooting.
So
Done.
instead of Porsche having to rent out like half a mountain, close down a road, schedule a driver, fly the cars out there or trailer them out there, do probably 30 different takes for the same exact shot to get the right shot. I mean, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, they spent tens of thousands of dollars to get the same result without anything, without any setup, a dude just in his office. I mean, I think he spent 88 hours or something like
Yep.
that making it.
Yep.
So 2 weeks straight, he was able to make a commercial for, tens of thousands versus hundreds of thousands and months of planning and setup and calling local cities to close streets down, etc. So most of the stuff I think are gonna get moved to that. Most of the UGC, most of the commercials, most of that is gonna be turned into that. I
Yeah.
mean, and we're already using this in the skincare line with our commercials and stuff like that. We haven't done the UGC part yet, but all of the videos that you see on Stature, they're all AI created based off
Yeah.
of our products.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in this because, of course, like, I want the user-generated content. So where's the balance? What's that how do you stay ethical in what you're saying and delivering to the customer from a standpoint of, like, a testimonial that it's real and, not just made up because I said so.
Yeah. I think one thing to touch on too with Andromeda is on top of the content being UGC, it's the volume of content. But before you would maybe run, 5 different ads and they'd all be the exact same video, but maybe the headlines were different. You'd be doing these minor changes. Now they want basically 10 to 30 ads per ad set
All
in
different.
Meta, all different copy, all different videos and photos, videos and graphics, different funnel targeting, retargeting, prospecting, re-engagement, all in one. Yeah, I guess their AI just gotten so far that it knows exactly where the customer's at in that journey to hit them with the right ad. So anybody who has a clinic, like, yeah, whoever doing your marketing, if they're only running like 1 or 2 ads and they'll like, that's not good. You got to hold them accountable to like, we need to have 30 to 50 ads live at a time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that really changes the game. So going back to the topic of this and what this has meant for your businesses,
Mhm.
what's the biggest shock that you have felt right now across your companies with this change?
Well, with this change, the amount of leads has dropped significantly across the corporation. We used to, some companies and even ours, 50, 60 leads a month. Now it's dropped down to probably half that because the AI algorithm is showing people what it thinks they want to see, not exactly targeting like it used to in pay per click. So that's lowering the ads as well. At the same time, we have to think from a more strategic point of we have to become content creators more than anybody else does. And traditionally, medical companies don't like that. I mean, we're just not trained in that. Good thing I am, and I've been doing it for a long period of time. So it's just gonna be pumping out, hundreds of pieces of content weekly to stay relevant in this world. And that's across all brands, no matter what company it is. That's what you have to do in order to get to that point.
Which is interesting because that's going to create more work for people who know how to create AI and do AI and the marketing teams, but then almost drowning out your competitors because a lot of people aren't gonna be able to afford to pay for that uptick in content that's gonna be necessary. So the bigger boys that can do it will do it, and they're eventually, I feel like, gonna drown out the smaller companies that just can't afford to stay on top of it that way.
Well, I mean, everybody's got a fucking phone. I mean, it's $1,000 phone. Everybody's got one of these, so the content doesn't have to be curated. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything like that. It could be a selfie video, and you can record 50 selfie videos a day. I mean, it doesn't have to be 2, 3 minutes long. It could be above 15 seconds,
Mm.
15 to 30 seconds. For example, I spoke on stage this weekend, and I told everybody, first thing you should do is record 3 pieces of content a week, and those 3 pieces of content could be the same week to week, but it should be 1, like, who you are, 2, what your business is and what you're about, and 3, why you're better than everybody else. Those are 3 pieces of content that people can easily record on their selfies, on their phones and record that, and there's plenty of data that shows that organic content does way better than, like, highly developed, content. So you don't have to do
Yeah.
content like we're doing here because, I could afford Stefan and a full team, and we could afford marketers and stuff like that. If you are the little guy, yeah, you have to do it. That's unquestioning on that part. You have to do it, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be paid. You don't have to be paying a ridiculous amount of money to do that stuff.
A really good app that you can download if you're doing this is called Captions on the App Store, like the word captions. It's amazing because it will just caption your video with like really fancy captions easily without any mistakes. And then
Nice.
also they have really good AI UGC creators where you can literally just put the like your website in if you have a clinic and it makes like 10 different there's like 50 different avatars. So
Nice.
for
Oh,
and it's $70 a month, I think. And so
fun.
for $70 a month, you could literally have what a marketing company would probably charge you like 4 grand a month for.
Yeah,
Just a tip.
that's great. That's great. I love that we're making it accessible to even like to anybody. It makes it even. It's like an even playing field. Doesn't have to be super um produced.
Yeah,
Like the more
exactly.
authentic, the more like raw in the moment,
Mm.
the better it's gonna be.
No, 100%. I've always said like even though I'm in like I guess somewhat in the video production business too, like the what you say on the video is like 90% of it performing well. Maybe
Yeah.
10% of the editing or the production can make it
It's
a
what you
little more
say.
engaging is what you say.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're taking, I mean, real Google reviews, real reviews of your product, and you're using a UGC creator to talk about it when we all know that 90% of humans can't sit in front of a screen or can't sit in front of a camera and actually put 2 sentences together. So you can't ask a lot of times your clients to review things or create UGC or anything like that because they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah,
Like, even a
there's
lot of UGC creators out there fucking suck. They just do. So, it's if you're taking real reviews and real responses and you're putting them into UGC, and UGC's a method of getting that message out there, there's no ethical problems with that,
that's great.
period. It's like
I love it.
humans in general, are just not used to being on stage. I mean, public speaking is the number one fear on earth. It just is. So 99.99% of people are not gonna be able to do it. I mean, my business partner, he encourages me to get on stage or whatever, but he's like, Brent will never ever fucking get on stage. Period. No matter what.
He
He will
barely
never.
responds to text
Yeah,
messages.
he will never, never get on stage.
Yeah,
So but that's just him, and that's again 99% of people. They're
yeah.
not going to be able to get on stage, and if they do get on stage, probably out of that 1%, there's going to be 75% of them that are just terrible on stage, terrible in front of the camera, unable to like flow when it comes to their thoughts and feelings and UGC period. So
Yeah.
Any of these businesses, what you're doing is you're taking your reviews, you're taking, comments that other people have, and then you're utilizing a, pathway of essentially least resistance because if you ask them to do it, it would never get done. It would be terrible. They just didn't want or they just don't wanna do it, period.
And then it goes back to managing the process
Yeah,
and the time that that would take, because we've got in Genesis, like 5,000 five-star reviews, like,
yeah,
let's say you were to get, an actual video from each of those,
yeah,
that would be insane. So, being
absolutely.
able to have a way to put that out in video form,
Mhm.
that people can connect with. I love that you talked about that because it is important, like, to stay ethical in it. Now, could you make up some stuff about your company? Sure, but there are ways to approach AI and AI creating for you that feels and is aligned with, a positive moral compass. Because there are gonna be companies that just make shit up or pretend like they've got all these reviews, but, you can do it in an ethical way.
Yeah.
I think that's super important to talk about, so I'm glad we did.
This is kind of a I hope it's not too much of a tangent, but I'd love you guys' opinion on this. Because obviously in the marketing world, like with clinics, we're doing lead gen ads. We have an appointment setter calling that person immediately, hopefully within 5 minutes at least, trying to schedule them into the clinic.
Mhm.
What's your guys' take on that being moved towards like AI bots doing it? Because there's two schools of thought. Obviously, the AI bot's amazing. If a lead comes in at 1 a.m., it could call that lead immediately, right? An
Yep,
appointment setter is sleeping during that time.
yep.
On the other hand, the reason people go to a place like Genesis instead of like Hims or something is because you're getting that very high level of personal touch, that very high level of care. You truly care about people. So, like, maybe some people could argue, well, if you're using this AI to call people, what does that say about your company? Like, are you like, because are people going to be able to pick up on that? Well, what's your guys' take on that?
Yeah. So, there's a couple points here I wanna make very clear. Number 1, people think that AI somehow is less or not as good as a real human on the other line. And I want to get that out of people's minds right now because maybe a year ago we were testing this out, AI voice, and it wasn't good. It was robotic. 6 months ago, it was even better. Now it's almost indistinguishable. And I've had colleagues, I've had friends that literally have had interviews with jobs and they didn't realize till 20 minutes into the interview that they were speaking with a robot. Like literally 20 minutes into it. And people say, "Oh, well, you're going to lose the humanity part of it having AI answer your phones or having AI." No. What you're going to lose is complaints. You're going to lose complaints from staff. You're going to lose complaints from the person who calls at 1 a.m. and wants an answer right there. You're going to lose all those issues of reducing the barriers to entry. And so when you have a system that can answer 24/7, call out, call in 24/7, never sleeps, you can program it to be the highest customer service system available. You're not going to lose with that because guess what? All your competition is doing that. They are. All of our competition is already testing AI, just like us. We're already testing AI. We're already putting it out there. So when you have an AI system that is able to answer those questions, able to get people to a solution faster, then you're going to win. People don't care. Like people say, and this is people who don't fucking run businesses. Oh, you're gonna lose the human part of it. Oh, are you concerned about that? I thought you hated AI. No, I've been saying this whole time that AI is coming for your job. If you don't upskill yourself, if you don't become someone who is absolutely just undeniably valuable, AI is going to replace you 90% of the time. I'm a physician. AI is going to replace us, or at least our decision making 90% of the time. They might not replace the bedside manner, but 90% of the time, it's going to replace us. And if it's over the phone, non medical advice that all they need is a booking or to schedule a refill or to schedule a follow up, if the AI system can do that, the faster you can solve someone's problem, the happier they're going to be. So if you had a problem, let's say with your, you know, AT&T cellular bill and you call someone, I mean, you're gonna get somebody in the Philippines or a foreign country, they're not gonna know. You're gonna have to talk to 2 supervisors, figure out a refund, etcetera. I guarantee if you call and you got an AI system on the other side and it solved the problem, nobody would care whether they were talking with AI or talking with a real human. There would be no, like, hand touch, and yes, you can program in Genesis, we're programming our AI to think and to learn and to be empathetic at the higher level, and that part is getting better and better and better, but the phones, largely for what we're doing, are for education of the client, booking consults, booking follow-ups, and that's really about it. We're not a system or a process. We're not a company that we're doing a lot of conversations of the over the phone, and the telehealth consultations, those aren't done by AI, they're done by our providers. They're done by our team. So it's not like we're practicing medicine over the phone. So again, whether you competed against it, or we're competing against guys like Hims and those big boy companies, the easier we can make it for our clients to get a hold of us, to get their problem solved, etcetera, the better it's gonna be for our business, period. So if somebody calls at 11 o'clock at night and there's a phone setter not on the phone there, guess what? And the AI takes over and solves a problem, that's where it's gonna help. And so even this way we've wired our system, we will be wiring our systems now is the phone calls will go to the clinics first and the lead setters first, and after 4 rings, if they don't pick up, then it's gonna go to AI and AI will fill in there.
Oh, I
So
love
you
that.
can still have the pathway to your clinic to make sure that you're trying to do the human touch, trying to get it done internally as much as you can, and AI is an enhancement upon that and a backup, a catch-all to where if they don't get to the phone, then the AI can step in. And then the AI could still book the appointment, they could still solve the problem, they could still answer questions just like a regular employee would.
Yeah, I agree. We have a funnel right now where, yeah, if the lead doesn't get called within 5 minutes, by the appointment setter, the AI calls them,
I mean, that's
after 5
huge.
minutes. So,
That's
yeah,
huge.
exactly.
Yeah, and from the product standpoint, I think that the big issues are like, let's say you're on a subscription plan. You either want your subscription sooner or you want it paused or maybe you want to cancel or you want to add something to it. Those things are very easily done through AI and it's done fast. And so it's like, "Hey, oh, I ran out of my serum and my shipment doesn't come for 2 more weeks. Like, I need it today." So you can reply to the AI and be like, "Ship me this now." And within minutes, your order is placed and you've got your product on your way. I think that's fantastic. I have had experiences from the consumer perspective where I have called companies that have been AI and the AI isn't developed yet. And I just end up being frustrated like and saying representative 5 million times until they actually transfer me to somebody. I think those are the times that I'm more frustrated that they're trying to implement something versus having it ready and like a smooth process. So I think that's an important thing to establish. Is making sure if you are going to implement it, you're ready and your company's ready for it.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with Alex. I think most of the people who think like, oh well, AI is not gonna be it's not gonna be personalized, it's not gonna be that, like it's because they're used to how it's been the past 15, 20 years when you call Southwest Airlines or whatever, and it's like, hello, I'm Southwest virtual assistant. It's not gonna sound like that. It's literally gonna sound like a human. Like you're not gonna know it's AI. So
So
people need to wrap their heads around that.
on the other side of that though, I think where I don't like it is if I'm not told. I would
Interesting.
much rather them say, "Hi, meet Jennifer, our AI assistant. She's gonna help you with your problem." And then if I can start talking to Jennifer and she actually can help me with my problem, I'm happy about that. But if like for the people that had a 20-minute interview and they didn't know they were talking to I wouldn't like how that feels because
Interesting.
that to me feels deceptive.
Yeah. Interesting. That's interesting.
So I wouldn't prefer that. I want transparency with your company because I would think as a consumer, if you're not upfront about that part of it, knowing that everybody's using AI, like, why would you wanna hide that from me? And if you wanna hide that, like, can I trust your company? That would be my thought on, like, can I trust you if you don't tell me?
People are too fucking dumb. No, they have no idea.
But if I find out after,
You'd
that's
never
when
find
I
out.
would
You'd never
well,
find out.
That's the
you
whole
said
point of
the
it.
guy did the
Y
interview for 20 minutes. At some point, he found out, right?
Yeah.
Or the person found out. How'd they feel after? Didn't care? See, I would care.
See, even if he did care, he's interviewing for a job.
Sure.
He doesn't have any
Do
choice.
you want a job or not?
Yeah. Do you want a job or not? You're an employee. I'm sorry. That's how the world works. Like,
Yeah.
period. That's how the world freaking works.
Yeah, I like
Is your product
transparency.
better than anything else on earth? Is your product better than anything else on earth? If it is, if it's the best product ever, then you think people are gonna change based off the fact that you didn't tell them
Maybe.
that you were using AI?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. There
You
might
really
be
think you have the best product on earth? No, you
No,
have the
no,
best
no. I
product on
mean
earth. It's the best fucking system on earth. It's the best thing for you on earth. You're gonna change based off that? No, you're fucking not. Period. Nobody's
no,
going to.
but while I do think I have the best product on earth, people
Mhm.
do have options. And so do I think people would change if they felt some sort of like, this doesn't feel right? Maybe.
The marketer in me would definitely probably not say the AI that it's AI calling them, because I would guarantee that like people just have this stigma. As I was saying, that stigma around it being AI with like the past 20 years of Southwest Airlines. I feel like there'd be a high opt out rate if the call started with "This is Jessica, our AI assistant." Yeah,
Ah,
Yeah.
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 Well, I know if you literally say this is just our AI system up front, yeah,
Beep beep beep.
people probably would hang up and shit like that. But there's no reason to do it.
Or
I
they're
agree,
saying
yeah.
this the
There's zero reason to do it.
receptionist like 5 million times until somebody else picks up or
Yeah,
something.
if your
Let's see.
if your business again is creating an AI that solves a problem and your product solves their problem, again, no one gives a shit.
Mm.
People think like this is where facts over feelings comes into place because people think, "Oh, I want to touch another human and have this genuine interaction with each other." No, you just want your problem fucking solved. Period. If your problem is solved and it's solved faster and better than any other system out there, whether it's a human or a robot on the other line, no one gives a shit. You know how I know this? Because people will buy a $30,000 robot that literally comes and fucking folds laundry in their house. They will. They'll buy a $30,000 robot that literally washes dishes and folds laundry in their house. People just want the problem fucking solved
I agree with you there. And
without
I'm not
without
saying that
questions.
it's bad. I'm not saying that AI is bad or that people shouldn't use it. But I think it's hard to say like from a data versus feelings perspective. I don't know if we have enough data yet to say like this is how people are going to respond to it because this is like big changes that we're seeing with companies pivoting toward this. So I think we're going to learn more about what people respond well to and what they don't in the coming years to be able to look at like, okay, at what points are people just happy because their problems are solved? And at what points does it make sense to have that human touch to solve it? And like, where do the two work well together? And I think that's like where over the next couple of years we'll figure out
That's too
what that
slow.
looks like.
It's too slow. Look, Tesla's been selling cars via AI without anybody actually visiting a person, and the car drives to their fucking house for over a year.
I did hear somebody say once you go to a self-driving car, you'll never go back.
Amazon has been selling via AI for 12 months. Like all these massive companies that everybody is like, "Oh, we'll see how AI works." They've been doing it for a year.
What do you
They've been
mean?
using
So
it
they
for a year.
like the
All their
customer service
algorithms,
is
their back end, their service, their customers, all that is AI
The
based.
chat support
Yeah,
is
no,
all
I
AI.
Chat support.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
All
I
of
do
it's
agree with
all
that.
of it's AI. Period. Like it's all AI and it's going to move faster and faster. There's going to be no humans. I'm sorry. There's going to be no humans doing customer service
I
Yeah.
agree. I mean,
in 6 months, 12 months.
think
There's
about
gonna
your
be
how annoying your EMR or Go High Level can be. How easy would it be if you could hop on a Zoom call with like an AI that knew exactly what it was doing,
Yeah.
that was easy to understand, that wasn't like in a and sorry to be bad, but like in a foreign country, like
Yeah.
how easy instantly. There's no waiting room. You don't have to wait. Boom, your
Fix
problem's done
this
in
and let
3
me
minutes.
move on. Yeah,
You know,
is the speed at which we'll be able to go is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be speed of product into people's hands and speed of solutions. Those are the two things. And if you beat everyone on that based off AI, you're going to win, period. And everybody's already doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
AI algorithm is already doing day trades for people who want to work, who want to play in the stock market every single day.
Yeah, I
There's
saw that.
AI day trades. There's all this stuff, AI calendar, AI responses for everything, AI everything. Like people already using it every single day in everything that they do. So it's not like, oh, we'll figure it out at how we do it. It's already been around. It's already been around for more than a year. People are already using it literally every single day, and they don't even know that they're using it. They're just buying from companies that literally have built the infrastructure on the back end for it to be used every single day. I mean,
Yeah.
they are every single day. It's not. This isn't like like you guys will just see how it works. If you guys don't do this now, I'm telling you, like I know we say this is not a telling you what you should do. If you don't use AI now, you guys are fucked.
You should
Period.
do this.
You guys are absolutely screwed. If you're gonna think like, oh, we're gonna stick with humans only and have that aspect of it, good luck.
Yeah.
You're screwed because humans, we're infallible. We make mistakes. And if you program a robot to never forget, they're never forgetting. It's never going to forget,
Yeah.
period. It's going to beat you over a long period of time because it is infatigable. It does not ever need rest. It does not ever need a day off. It does not ever get burnt out. It doesn't. It's going to crush you if you don't use it. You need to use it, period.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the case where you've gotten all these changes with your companies,
Mhm.
how do you in the midst of like the lead funnel changing and ads just kind of crashing, how do you stay calm in the middle of that? Especially when you have so many companies relying on like meta ads to create business. Like how do you personally stay calm through that transition and with the impact to your business?
You just have to. That's just part of business. Like the staying calm part, even with like shit burning to the ground, there is always going to be something wrong when you're running a business. There's always going to be something wrong when you're managing a business. And that list of what's wrong is going to get longer and longer and longer as you get bigger and bigger. And those are things that you just check off every day. And that's why you need to really make sure you have your mindset right in that every day you're going to solve as many problems as you possibly can that day. Um, my good friend Andy calls it the power list. It's 5 things that you have to do every day to move your business forward. And I mean, I have a power list-esque thing, but when you get to being a CEO of multiple companies, 5 things is not enough. It just isn't. You gotta have it. I always have 15, 20 things on that
5
list.
things per company.
And it really, yeah, it really recycles itself. So that being said, being calm in it, that is that comes with the territory of growing a business. You have to be calm. And there's going to be times where you got to move faster with urgency because stuff's on fire. But at the same time, like there is no other option that you have than to figure it out. So getting bent out of shape or getting, crazy about something that just came up out of the blue or with like these with the ads and stuff like that, you just got to figure it out. It's a day by day thing that you got to figure out as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, totally. And really, Andromeda changed the game completely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what that actually means for people.
Yeah, I think you know, for you guys running ads and stuff, you just have to do more content. And that doesn't and as we were saying earlier, more content doesn't mean you have to pay your videographer more money or pay more money to get it edited. Like use AI. You know what I mean? Another hack that Alex taught me like 2 years ago, go to YouTube, go find the most viral videos on the services you're trying to market.
Mm-hmm.
Copy the link, use the video downloader. I use PullTube. There's another one called Downy, which is it has
Pull
been
tube and
working.
Downey. Yeah. We use that every day.
The name's just funny.
It's a hilarious name.
It's really both names are
Because our
hilarious.
buddy Von Kohler has a Down syndrome kid, so we just make fun of it all the time.
But download those videos, put the transcript into Otter AI, or put the video into Otter AI, it transcribes it, and then use like an AI voiceover from 11 Labs with like some stock footage, and you just like you can replicate that video as an ad and do that like 30 times in an ad set, and you're gonna get great results on Andromeda. Tell your agency to do that. Tell your marketer to do that. You're gonna get really good results. That's what it wants you to do. So
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
So go slower on that because you ripped through it
Yeah.
on the steps, because I want you guys to really focus on this, because it seems like a lot, but once you get into the rhythm of being able to do it, or you tell your ad agency to do it, it's actually fairly simple.
Okay.
So,
So step one, go to YouTube. Let's say we're doing ads for hormones. Okay.
mhm,
Go find the top 20 most viral shorts, because there's ads. I don't care about long form videos. The YouTube shorts on testosterone replacement therapy, educational videos, how it works, etc. Find the top 20. Download Pull Tube. That one's been working well for me recently. It's like $10 a month. Paste each link into Pull Tube, have it download it, and then get a program called Otter.ai. It's
mm,
just like it transcribes videos. Upload all the videos into Otter, and then what you can do is, let's say some of these videos had like a specific clinic name in it, put that transcript into ChatGPT and just say rewrite the and tell it rewrite the script exactly the way it is, but for my clinic, Genesis Lifestyle Medicine, whatever your clinic's name is or business's name is. And then from there, there's a voiceover app called 11 Labs. They have like 20 or 30 different voiceovers. You can put that transcript literally into 11 Labs. It'll make a voiceover. And then you can find whoever does your marketing should be able to easily find stock footage of like whatever it is. Literally run that as ads. 30 ads right there. You didn't even have to record them yourself.
yep.